Hey, it's Kat here, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet the granny stitch. This is the prequel to a very special video series I have coming out on how to make Taylor Swift's crochet dress. So if you get this stitch, you'll be able to make the whole dress no problem, or you can just use the stitch to do something else. This is just a normal granny stitch that I'm going to teach you. So you can use any yarn and corresponding hook, and I'm going to make a slip knot to start with. So pop the yarn round and then take the tail and pop it through the loop, pull that tight, you have your slip knot. I'm using cotton yarn here and a 5mm hook. Now you're going to need a chain that is a multiple of 4 plus 6. So to show you, I'm going to chain 26. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 23, 24, 25, 26. So now I have my chain of 26. In the 7th chain from the hook, I'm going to do a double crochet. So this is the first, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's the 7th I'm looking for. So in this one, you're going to do a double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, pop your hook into that 7th chain from the hook, yarn over again and pull through. You have 3 loops on your hook, and then you're going to yarn over again and pull through the first 2 loops on your hook. 1, 2, and then I'm going to yarn over again and pull through those last 2. So you've done a double crochet now in that first stitch. Okay, so because you want the granny stitch, you're going to do 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. So it's going to get kind of loose, don't worry. So we're going to yarn over again, go into that same stitch you just went into, pull up and yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through those 2. So now you have 2 double crochets in that 7th chain from the hook. We're going to do 1 more in this stitch and then we can move on. So grab the yarn, go through, grab the yarn again. We have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to pull through 2 and grab again and pull through 2. All right, so you can kind of see it looks a bit like a fan. That's our first granny stitch. And you don't have to do 3, you can do 4, 5, you can do any number, but 3 is a good number, and that is what is going to make the chain nice and even. So then I'm going to chain 1, and then on the bottom here I'm going to count 3. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch here we can start our next granny stitch. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, but in this stitch here. So we're going to yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over and pull through those next 2. Okay, and then we're going to do 2 more double crochets in that same stitch. And then chain 1. We have 2 granny stitches now. So we're going to count 3, 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch we're going to do exactly the same thing. One, 2, 3, and then we're going to chain 1 and count 1, 2, 3, and in the 4th stitch we're going to do another one. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th stitch. Alright, so you should have 5 granny stitches in your first row, so you can see that beautiful pattern coming on, and you'll now have, we're going to chain 1 again, you have 3 stitches left in your chain, and in that last stitch you're going to just do 1 double crochet. So yarn over, go in, pull up a loop, pull through, and pull through. And that's your row 1 done of granny stitches. The second row is a little bit different. We've just gone into the chain, so now I'm going to show you how to work around these gaps here. Okay, so we're going to, in row 2, we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to turn our work, and we're going to just work 2 double crochets into this space. Alright, so don't worry about any stitches, you're just going to yarn over and go straight into that first space. Yarn over again and pull up just like you did before, and we're going to do a double crochet, and then we're going to do that one more time. So this is row 2, and your first granny stitch is kind of right at the end, and you can see that this chain is part of that. Alright, so now we can easily just move along. We can do another chain 1, and instead of worrying about any of the stitches, we're going to go straight into the space again. We're going to do exactly the same. Be a little bit careful when you're doing this. You don't want it to be too loose, you don't want it to be too tight either, but you don't want it to be too loose because you want to get a nice neat effect. And how I kind of do that is sometimes I'll hold it at the bottom with my thumb like that, so the stitch can't go too crazy underneath. Alright, so it's exactly the same thing, but you're going into the space, which is fun. And you're creating this kind of a checkerboard effect. So now I've done that all the way along, you can see these holes are kind of opened up a little bit more. So the ones on top are going to be smaller because they haven't had that pull from the top. So don't worry about the size just yet. At the end of row 2, we're going to chain again like we have before. So we're going to start off doing our granny stitch. So we're going to do 2 double crochets instead of 3 into this space. So that's 1 and 2, oops, 2. And then for the very last one, you want to go into the top of that 3rd stitch instead of the space, just to make it look a bit neater. So I'm going to go in there. Okay, so it kind of holds on to that, and then that creates a nice edge. You've done 2 rows now and it's looking good. You're going to chain 4 at the end of this row. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and turn, and then you're going to do exactly the same thing all the way along. And I'm going to leave the pattern in the comments just for you to do a few rows and then repeat. So exactly the same as before. Three double crochets in the space and then chain 1. So now we've got to the end again. We're repeating row 2, so we're going to work 1 double crochet into that end stitch. 1, 2, 3, so it's the top of that stitch here. So that's that space. I'm going to leave a little pattern below for you so you can follow it properly if you want to. You can also slow the video down whenever you like, but I really hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments what stitch you'd like me to do next, and I'll leave a link here to the first video in the series of the Taylor Swift dress tutorial. I'll see you there.